Some Chicopee residents are trying to save a large plot of land many use for recreation. The City Council recently denied a zoning change request by the owners of the Slate Conservation Area, so that property will stay as is for now. But the 22 News I-team learned that there is a new effort now to make sure that the property is never developed.
We've got bear, deer, fox. There's even been a fisher cat spotted in the area.
The Slate Conservation Area is one of the few old-growth forests in Chicopee. Land untouched, trees towering some 80 to 100 feet. 57 sprawling acres that run from the Mass Pike to the Westover Airport and from Chicopee State Park to the backyards of homes along Slate Road.
It's actually even nicer than the state park because it's untouched.
Little pockets of green here and there is not going to give you the experience of walking through a forest.
Westover Metropolitan Development Corporation purchased the land from Chicopee in 2009 with the intention of developing the property. And early last month, the 22 News I-team attended this Chicopee City Council meeting where WMDC took the necessary steps to make that happen, going before the council to request a zoning change from residential to industrial. But after pushback from community members, the City Council voted to deny their request.
If it were passed, it would be the biggest development in the city's history, and we don't even know what the plans are.
Isn't it kind of odd that you wouldn't have information as to what they're going to do with the property with that zone change?
Yeah, I think it's really irregular.
Many people thought that this property was protected conservation land. A rep of the Department of Environmental Protection told the 22 News I-team that their agency didn't have any record of the land being designated conservation or wetlands. The I-team also searched several other state data banks and found nothing associated with Slate Conservation. Last week, the City Council voted to formally confirm the status of the property with the city's law department. 22 News also researched property records at the Hampden County Registry of Deeds, which documents WMDC as the owner of that land and makes no mention of conservation designation.
The plans for this air park have not been prepared in secret, but to the contrary, they have been evolving over a decade.
In our city,
the attorney that represents WMDC spoke at that March City Council meeting addressing councilors' transparency concerns. The 22 News I-team requested an on-camera interview with Michael Bolton, the CEO of WMDC, but he declined. Moving forward, WMDC can reapply for a zoning change in 2 years, or they can take the city to court. But before either happens, neighbors are rallying support for the city to buy back the land.
That's why we really have to see what can we do so that the city can take back control.
that's our goal, is to save this land for future generations so that it can do what Mother Nature intended it to do, clean the air and provide a habitat for nature.
So again, WMDC wouldn't talk with us. We also asked Chicopee Mayor John View for an on-camera interview. His office declined, citing pending litigation. And it's worth noting that we also contacted Chicopee's legal department. They told us that there isn't any pending litigation on the books.